So currently on my phone, it says 6-0 San Jose. Just starting the third. Where do I start? Do I start with the fact that the Oilers are trying to goon it up now? Which, I'm going to be fair to the Oilers here. It's not an unusual response when a team's losing badly for them to start taking cheap shots and picking fights. And when you've got a team with goons like, well, not goons, but tougher players like Maroon. This hat needs to be washed.
Okay.
This spot right here. Can you imagine? I start a video and I got a hat on that needs to be washed. Now I got to put a hat on that doesn't match. Man, that's sad. I can't even see it except in the camera. All right, and it doesn't match. Now I don't match. All right, as much as I'm thrown off. It's not unusual to have a team play this way, but Maroon, Cashin, and Draisaitl. So here's the problem. You're in a game where you're losing badly. Start picking fights, taking cheap shots, things are going kind of bad for you. Don't get suspended on top of it. Don't put yourself in a position where the league goes, maybe we have to call about that. It's one game. It ties the series at 1. It's one game. But if events from this game leak over into the next game and leach their way into that game, and if the Oilers buy into this whole goonery, San Jose is going to run them out of the park. They're not even playing in a park. That's how bad it's going to be. It's scary to see Couture on while he is in a lot of pain and his teeth are a mess. And he scores a goal after taking a shot in the face. I can't imagine that, the amount of pain that must be, and for him to score a goal after. Now, I'm no Sharks fan, and anybody who's watched my channel for longer than a week will know I'm not a Sharks fan. Yvonne will vouch for the fact I'm not a Sharks fan.
Oh, yes.
But tonight, it's been damned impressive. What they've done, what they've been able to do, is nothing short of stunning. In a playoff where every game's by 1 goal, even Columbus beating Pittsburgh, which was a pretty thorough beating by Columbus, Pittsburgh almost came back in that one and forced overtime. And Montreal lost tonight, but they only lost by 1. So it's close. For this result to be happening right now, where San Jose's up, and I'm looking at the score, it's still 6-0. I have something else on TV because we're good. This game is over. I'm not gonna make Yvonne to watch the third period where apparently everybody's gooning it up. But Edmonton has to be careful here. Give Talbot the rest. Talbot will come back strong the next game. I've never seen Talbot have a bad game and then come back and continue on a downward trend. He will have a very good game 5 at home. A tie series at 2, with Edmonton having home ice, this series still favors Edmonton. But based on tonight's result, I've changed my likely champs listing, and San Jose has kind of rocketed up the list because every player that San Jose needs to play well has had a fantastic game. Right down to guys like Tierney and Donskoy, it's been a thorough beating. Burns, Thornton, Couture, Pavelski, the team is on. This is why early in the series, when Joe Thornton was out, I said Edmonton has to take advantage of the fact Thornton is in the lineup. Any game that Thornton doesn't play, Edmonton has to win. And they didn't win every game with Thornton out of the lineup. And now Thornton is going to start playing well. Marleau is playing well. And it reminded me tonight of why I'm not a Marleau fan. And I wanted to clarify something. There's 2 reasons that I will dislike a player. 2 reasons that I'll say I hate a player. And I do that in air quotes because hate is a strong term. I dislike players who play cheap hockey. Guys who embellish to get penalties. Guys who dive. I'm not a fan of guys who high stick and slash, and then when somebody challenges them to stand up for themselves after they do that, they hide. Or they go to the bench and they chirp, and then as soon as they're on the ice, they turn the other way like, oh, I didn't say anything. I'm not picking a fight. And the other hate will be from guys who, every time they're against a team I cheer for, they show up, they score goals, they score points. They're fantastic. Marleau's the latter. So there are times where I'll say I can't stand insert name of a player here, and people watch me and go, why would Shannon say he can't stand the Sharks? Why does Shannon say he can't stand the Ducks? Go look at the Canucks playoff record against the Ducks, against the Sharks. Look at their record in California over the last decade. Look at how guys like Marleau and Thornton and Getzlaf have played against Vancouver. They've been fantastic. There are times where I will say I hate a player, and it's because they consistently beat teams I cheer for. And they play for a team I don't cheer for. If something happened tomorrow and Patrick Marleau said, well, I want to play one more year, and he came to play in Vancouver, or he went to play in Boston, I would be ecstatic to see him on a team I cheer for 1 year in his career. Same with Getzlaf. If Getzlaf at some point said I'm done with Anaheim and he went to Boston, Getzlaf would become one of my favorite players right off the bat. Perry, no. Kessler, no. But Getzlaf, sure. It just aggravates me because there have been so many times where I've been like complaining that, oh, Getzlaf looks slow, he looks this and that out there, and then he scores. It's like crap. And San Jose, I have that with Marleau, I have that with Thornton. I don't have any bitterness towards Thornton from when he was in Boston because Boston didn't win with him. And I was fine with him being traded to San Jose when he was, and I didn't care about the return they got back. It was, it wasn't as much as they would have got from somebody else if they'd let the rest of the league know they were trading Thornton. But it is what it is, and it got what it got, and you move on. But tonight's game is one game, and it's important for Edmonton and Edmonton fans to remember this is one game. It's a reality check. I think there were some Edmonton fans who were talking about an Oilers-Montreal Stanley Cup and how much fun that would be as a final. Probably a bit early to be talking about that. And I'm not talking about people on the channel. So people on the channel are like, wait, where is that? I've heard it. Just in small talk at work, I was like, wait, are people really talking about two Canadian teams meeting in the final? Yeah, that would be fun. It's a little bit early to be saying Oilers Stanley Cup. A little bit early. They're still in that first time in the playoffs territory. They're still in that we're learning how to win territory. Same with Toronto in the East. It'll be great for them to do whatever they're going to do in the playoffs, but I think contender category starts to come into the conversation next year. Let's check and see if the scores changed while I've been talking. Still 6-0 with 15 minutes left. And it's just, at this point, I would imagine San Jose will just let up. It's the other side of the equation is for San Jose, now that they're up 6-0, you don't keep scoring. Yeah, you don't keep scoring goals in a game like this and get up to 10, 11 goals and really humiliate a team because now you're firing them up for the next game. So while Edmonton should watch some of the dirty tactics, and San Jose should watch it too, because when it's in a blowout, that can go both ways. San Jose also has to watch they don't just pile on in the third and give Edmonton more reason to be angry in the third, or in the next game, based on how they played in the third. Anyways, I just figured I'd do this video before I go to bed, because this is a stunning blowout in a playoffs that have otherwise been really close. And I jinxed it when I said, oh, the playoffs have been really close. It's all been one-goal games, and this is just how it is, and there's so much parity. And I guess the Sharks watched that video and said, Do you hear that? He says we're on the same levels there. Let's kill Edmonton. So I'm sorry, Oilers fans. I did this somehow. I'm wearing a Jets jersey. I'm not jinxing anybody. I got a Stars hat on. I know I had a Montreal hat on at the start of this video, but Montreal already played tonight, so I don't feel like I can jinx them. Unless I'm predicting the past, which is kind of just remembering things. Anyways, let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Don't forget to hit like and subscribe. And again, it's one game, but what a game. If you're a San Jose fan, you got to feel pretty damn good tonight because they had to win this game or go to Edmonton down 3-1. And while San Jose is a team that can overcome 3-1, now they don't have to worry about it. Thanks for watching. I'll talk to you all again tomorrow.